your gameplay and we review it together as a community, both live on my Twitch channel and through the YouTube comments. We talk about rotations, we talk about gunfights, and we talk about any little quirk we see in your gameplay that may be preventing future success. Now, the first fatal mistake that people make, and it's the one I see the most often, is it's holding and re-peeking the same angle. Now, in this situation I've set up here, it's you hiding behind a tree and you've got an enemy that's behind some sort of waist high.
Playtime's over, mate. You're going to the war zone. Battle Royale. Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you get moving.
This is here if you need.
Your primary objective is to kill them all. Supply box located. Objectives updated. Move to the next location. Contract updated. New objective identified. closing in.
Vendor here if you need to buy. This is here if you need.
Enemy UAV overhead. Loadout drop headed your way. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Positive ID on the bounty target. Sort them out.
I'm going. Going there.
You're in the gulag now. Fight to earn redeployment. Fight's on. You're up next, mate. Get ready. You win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done here. Sort them out or capture the objective. You got your ass kicked in that one. We're sending you back to base. Your team can still play your back there.
I cover. Let's say it's a ridge or one of those little brick planter pots. The specific situation doesn't matter. As with most things in Warzone Academy, you have to be able to take these skills and the fundamental knowledge and tactics and cross-apply them to multiple different situations. So you need to get out of this gunfight. The mistake that most players make is they continually re-peek the same side. So they'll peek off to the right-hand side, take a couple pot shots, head back, maybe throw in an armor plate, and then peek the exact same side again. What you need to be doing in these situations is throwing off your enemy's aim. When you repeat the same side and he's already aimed down sight at that exact spot, all he has to do is click the trigger. So at the very least, you need to give him a 50-50 shot. So kind of jiggle peek back and forth, have only your shoulders show, or maybe take a couple shots on left, take a couple shots on the right. But where you really begin to outplay your opponents is when you overcommit to an angle. right? So we have that 50-50 shot.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enough practice. Time for the real thing. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the... Battle Royale. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone. Get to work.
This is here if you need. I have found a vehicle. This is here if you need. I will drive it.
Located a supply point. Secure that position. Gas is inbound. Contract updated. New objective identified. updated. New objective identified. Primary objective accomplished. All supply boxes found.
Vendor here if you need to buy.
Loadout drop headed your way.
This is here if you need. Never mind that. Okay, actual. Send recon.
UAV entering the AO.
Vendor here if you need to buy. Here I go.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Vendor here if you need to buy.
Enemy UAV
Where's that
overhead.
recon? Send it over.
UAV entering the AO.
Friendly loadout drop on the way. You win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done here.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel.
Sort them out or capture the objective. Going back to the front line. You've earned it.
There's a care package here.
UAV overhead. Gas is closing in. You're being tracked by an enemy team. Stay sharp.
Going there. We can walk or we can ride.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Ha! Justice! I'm going. We need eyes in the sky.
UAV entering the AO. Be advised, UAV.
based on whether or not you're off to the left or you're off to the right. He might get lucky. But when he's holding those angles so closely on one side of the tree or the other, and you full swing around the other side, he's going to have to track you, but you already have your momentum going in your favor. Ideally, you can use this technique and swing around to another piece of cover, gradually either making yourself into hard cover yourself, let's say inside of a building, or working an angle on your opponent where you can finish him off. Now, this requires a little bit of gun skill on your side to be able to sprint in one direction and snap over and aim at the other, but it's very easy to practice. You can practice against bots, you can practice against a tree or the side of the wall. It's a skill you need to learn to develop if you're going to be a serious Warzone player. I provided 2 examples of this happening, and it happens the most with snipers because they hold that edge so closely to where you would peek out. So I like to get their attention, bait out that edge, and then full send around the other side. It's either going to require an amazing flick, which I don't expect them to hit, or they're going to miss and I can fry them down. I trust my aim with my AR. Now, the second fatal mistake I see in Warzone is people are forcing themselves into unnecessary 50-50 gunfights. Meaning they're using, their brawn, they're trying to use their gun skill instead of using their brain. They're just using a whole bunch of brain-dead fights and they end up losing it. I mean, there's stuff like this where you kind of get forced into it. Or maybe there's no other option to take out the enemy, so you just kind of got to go for it. But outside of that, if you don't have to go for these crazy 50-50 gunfights, play smarter. Outsmart your opponents. When it comes to keyboard and mouse versus controller, the ping advantage, the peekers advantage, the 12 tick rate servers, and then other players just being straight up, insane at the game. You can't rely on winning an entire game of Warzone based off of these 50-50, flip of a coin reaction times. Check out what I do here. I open that door loudly, and then I slow peek this door with dead silence. I knew someone was camping in here, and rather than me just full sending in trying to clear the room as quick as I can, I play it smart, I figure out a plan, and I go in tactically. If you can't go in tactically, go in loud. Explosives are one of the best ways to even out these 50-50 gunfights. Rather than me go in and try to clear that building with a gun, I'm going to clear it out with my C4. And here, it's almost the exact same scenario. I know where he is, I've cracked his armor, I have the advantage. I'm chasing after him, I'm trying to get that kill, I don't want him to heal. Unfortunately, the worst thing happens. He gets inside and he gets into cover. Now I'm in an awkward position where we're on, neutral ground again. Fortunately, I use my brain and I don't just try to force a play up those stairs where he's waiting.
Enemy soldier incoming. Start warming up. Stand by for deployment to the war zone. Battle Royale. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone.
This is here for me.
Eliminate targets in the AO.
We need eyes in the sky.
UAV entering the AO.
This is the Gulag. Survive and you can redeploy.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTV for resupply.
Win here and you return to the front line. You lose, your fight is over. Sort them out or capture the objective. Looking a little worse for wear. You're heading back to base. That time, but
Waiting for me, I use the splash damage of the RPG and clear it out safely. The third fatal mistake I see players making is they're shooting too soon. Oftentimes there are enemies that are completely unaware of their presence, and yet they give them a warning shot from miles away. Instead, have some patience. Stalk your prey until the perfect moment. If they're near a wall or near some trees, but they're, close to a street that you're expecting them to cross, and if you have increased situational awareness and you know where they have to rotate to the zone, you can kind of expect what their future movements are going to be. Take that moment. Be patient. Look at this scenario. I had no idea this guy was here. He could have followed me for an entire, couple minutes until he got the easy moment. But instead, he set himself up to get absolutely embarrassed. So take your time and really do not screw over your buddies. This is something I hate to see in squads. You'll have 3 people playing really tactically, right? They see someone, they're like, hey, wait, everyone hold shots. Let's not do this yet. Let's wait until he's out in the open field and we'll all team shot him together. And then you'll have one bozo on your team who everyone else is like, silently crossing a street or an open field trying to get into tactical position, and he'll shoot and then your entire team will get fried in the open field. Don't do that. Take a breather. It's exciting to find someone that doesn't see you in Warzone. It's potentially a super easy kill, but don't blow it. Now, if you're stalking someone and you feel like you aren't quite in the perfect opportunity to take them out yet, and they turn in your direction, take the shot. So many of these gunfights, like we talked about earlier, are 50-50 fights. Get the advantage early. The fourth fatal mistake I see players making is they don't have a plan for when they get shot. Now, we've all seen this before. Someone will be rotating out into the storm or crossing the street, and the second you go to shoot them, they start doing these little panic circles, or they'll even run back into the gas because they didn't have a plan. There's that old saying, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Well, it's the same thing. Everyone's got a rotation, everyone's got a strat until they get shot in the back. So, as lean forward as you are on your plans of how you're going to hunt down the next team or where you're going to, take this next high ground, also be thinking to yourself, in this moment, if I got shot, where am I going to go? This is something you can practice with your squad mates. If you're comfortable, pausing the game like, boys, right now, we get shot. Where do we go? Or just, review your VODs or just be proactive. Be thinking about these things as you're going through your rotations. Because as you saw in that video earlier, I was out in the middle of nowhere with those RPGs. I didn't have a plan that if I got shot from anywhere, I didn't have any cover near me. Same thing with this. I've got 24 kills. I was almost on pace to hit a 30 bomb, and I lose focus. I'm so hungry for kills, I don't have anywhere I can go. I don't have any cover. We're on some decent high ground, but no cover. And that was a fatal mistake that ruined potentially a
Battle Royale. Gas is approaching your position. Move to the safe zone.
This is here if you need.
Eliminate all targets in the AO.
Vendor here if you need to buy. Vendor here if you need to buy.
Welcome to the Gulag. If you survive, you earn your freedom. The fight's kicking off. You can practice your aim while you wait. Taunting your enemy is an effective way to get inside their heads. So is what they stone. The fight's on. Get ready to fight. You're next. Listen up, soldier. Win here and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Sort them out or capture the objective. You got your ass kicked in that one. We're sending you back to base. The enemy took that one, but we'll...